Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to show you how to edit glances or the glance listing in your Garmin Instinct Crossover watch. I'm using the solar version. Doesn't matter whether you've got the solar or non-solar version. This video should work the same for everybody. I will say, however, the glances will vary depending on if you have the solar or non-solar version. For example, you have a solar intensity glance that would only be available on the solar model and not on the non-solar model. So what are we talking about with glances? It's funny, the Garmin Instinct 2 and the Crossover refer to them as glances. If you're coming from the Instinct 1, you're used to referring to them as widgets. Basically, if I press the up or down button on the left-hand side, it will take you to what's called your glances. And basically all they are is pages or subcategories that show you additional details. For example, I have the step glance. Well, I can see my steps from the watch face if I want to, but the glance shows me additional information. For example, how many steps do I have versus my goal for steps? I can also go into the glance to see additional information. I've got my forest climb glance here as well. The thing with your glance listing, though, is when you get the Garmin Instinct watch, it's going to have all kinds of stuff in it. Some things that you're interested in, some things that you're not interested in. And you want to clean this up so that when you go to your glance listing, you're seeing something that you actually care about. So I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to do it on the watch. And then I'm going to show you how to do it on the Garmin Connect app on your cell phone. On the Instinct 2 and the Crossover, you can actually edit these on your cell phone and then simply sync it over to your watch versus editing it on your watch. If you've got the Instinct 1, you have to do it on the watch. I'm in my glance list right now. I only have two glances, steps and forest climbed. All you're going to do is go to the bottom here and you have an option for edit. I'm going to press GPS to edit. I'm in my editor at this point. I can basically rearrange these. Maybe I want to move forest climb to my first glance and then steps down. All I have to do is basically choose the item I want to move, and you'll see there's a little arrow icon out to the side. I'm going to simply use the up or down button on the left-hand side, and I'm going to rearrange it in my glance list. So I have moved forest climbed up, which moved steps down. I can press GPS, and I've successfully edited my glances. Now, when I go into my glance listing, forest climbed is the first one, steps is the second one. Coincidentally, I could also delete glances. So maybe I'm not interested in seeing step information anymore. While I'm on it, I can press GPS. Oh, I need to go to my editor first. I'm going to go to Edit. I'm going to go to the one I want to remove, in this case, steps. Press GPS. Instead of using the up or down button to rearrange it, I can press the X button, which is the GPS, and I have removed that glance. Now, no worry about removing it. It really doesn't remove it from the watch. It just removes it from your listing of glances. So it's still on my watch. I just can't see it at this point. So now, all I have is one glance, which is forest climbed. If I wanted to add a glance, I could go down to the Add option, press GPS, and you will see all of the available glances that are available on the watch. Now, this watch does connect to the Garmin Connect IQ app. You can go download additional glances from the Garmin Connect IQ app, and then they would be available to use on your watch. I'm just going through the whole listing so you can see all of the delivered glances. If we wanted to add one, for example, I'm on weather. You can see the plus over on the right-hand side. You can simply press GPS, and I've added it. Now, it's still in my glance listing, so it's basically saying, hey, is there something else you want to add? So we mentioned before I deleted steps. It's right there if I wanted to add it back. So I've added weather and I've added steps. At this point, I don't want to add anything else. I could simply press the back button, and now I've got weather, steps, and I still have forest climbed as my first one. Again, if I wanted to rearrange them, maybe I want forest climbed, then steps, then weather. All I'm going to do is click on weather, move it down, click on GPS to confirm it, and now I've got it the way I want. Forest climbed, steps, weather. And then go back, and I can actually look at my glances. Press back again to get to my main watch face. It's important, to me, you want your most important glance either listed number 1 or at the bottom, because from my main watch face, if I press the up button, it's going to take me to my bottom glance. From the watch face, if I press the down button, it will take me to my very top one. So those are the quickest ones you can get to, is the one that's in the top of your list and in the bottom of your list. The ones in the middle, you're always going to have to use the up or down button a couple of times to get to those. That is how you edit the glances on the watch. Now let me show you how to do it on your cell phone. So hopefully you're going to be able to see this okay. We're going to go into the Garmin Connect app. I'm going to choose my Instinct Crossover Solar, and then we are going to swipe up to Appearance. The second option under Appearance is going to be Glances. Because I have the watch connected to my cell phone, we're seeing exactly what we just saw on my watch. I've got floors climbed, I've got steps, I've got weather. I could rearrange these by simply clicking and moving them any way I want to. If I wanted to add additional glances, they're down here from the bottom. You could simply add them. As with most things on this Garmin Crossover watch, as well as other watches that connect to Garmin, the Garmin Connect app, it's a whole lot easier to do it on your cell phone and then simply just sync over to your watch so that the changes are on your watch. But nonetheless, that would be how you edit the glances on the Garmin Connect app on your cell phone. Pretty simple stuff. That's a look at how we edit the glance list on our Garmin Instinct Crossover watch. As always, I hope the video helps. Thanks for watching.